Hello and happy Monday, happy Memorial Day. Since I don't have to work, I am more than happy to be doing nothing except sitting here and playing a game and doing a stream for you guys. And what bigger pleasure than to play a game that was gifted to me by my bestie Salur for my buffer day last month. So I appreciate trying out something new and something that was gifted with love. Now, I will attribute this a little bit to my mild dyslexia, that at first blush I read this. Oh, hello, Odin.
Odin 1984 just subscribed for 39 months. Oi oi perv make her my cloud.
My
Please, I
mic
don't
louder.
want to explode
Okay,
my
fine.
ears on anything that happens because I need to raise my volume a lot.
I'm also speaking softly. Because I have guests and I have other noises going on. So is this better? That's a bonk, Odin. Anyway, you're the perfect person to come in for this because I read the title as Bacon Pines and I thought there would be like a piggy and bacon happening. Tortilla chips woman. Do they sell those? Do they sell tortillas shaped like women? Stop it. No turtle bacon. I saw turtles. I saw a turtle when I was in Hawaii last week and we filmed it and she was so pretty and she swam by twice while we were swimming, but I didn't have the thought to go get my phone and record until she came swimming back and then I took a video. Exactly. I saw a pig, so I thought, bacon. No, 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 we're not killing pigs. We're not killing turtles. In fact, I'm having fake bacon right now because I went to go grab the breakfast from the stove and I have turkey bacon, which I know Odin hates, but he will appreciate real bacon on stream. And hello, Salur. I will try not to distract you from things. All right. This is a story and it's a little bit of a scary setting. I don't know if it's appropriate necessary for Halloween, but I wanted to play it now. We're gonna play it. And I'm gonna eat my bacon with the other hand.
Allow me to introduce you to my book. Though it might at first appear like many books you've come across, it is far from ordinary. You may, therefore, have some misunderstandings about its nature. The story that awaits you has not been fully told. In fact, its conclusion is not yet known, even to myself.
Do you traditionally eat pork on Independence Day? Because if so, good job. I guess we should eat pupusas on El Salvador's Independence Day too. Well, Salvadorians eat pupusas for any occasion. Really, it's our celebratory food. Oh, I haven't been in Insta for a couple weeks. So, funny story, I drowned my phone when I was in Hawaii accidentally on purpose. I put it in a dry bag when I went swimming, but the dry bag did not work. So I was sans phone for a little bit. No, when I went swimming. And I just haven't gotten back into my Insta. But I will at some point.
in that way that my book is special.
Sunshine and wet activities. Those go together.
It is in that way that you are special. Without you, there is no story. Chapter 1. Normal isn't what it used to be. This is a story about change. Nestled in a shallow valley is the town of Beacon Pines.
Bacon Pines. I will always read that as Bacon Pines.
Far from the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, a young boy walks alone at dawn. His name is Luca Van Horn, and like you, dear reader, he's here for a reason.
I see horns. Are they a goat? Or are they just horny? Oh Lord, this is so pretty. Look at this animation. It's so pretty. This is so sad. He's going to see his daddy's grave. Oh. Yeah, my brother can attest to being burnt when he goes fishing from just standing there. I, on the other hand, go in full burkini, so I'm very covered up with a lot of sunscreen and hat and glasses. I have my sun shirt or my rash guard, so it's like it goes all the way to my wrists, and swim leggings. So very little of me is now exposed, although I made the mistake of using the short sun shirt, so I have a farmer tan like midway up my arm, which is very unsightly. But the rest of me has normal coloring. I look rested. No, he's not a goat, he's a reindeer person. Yeah, the tops above my elbows are kind of reddish. Probably from being in the car or sitting for too long in that spot. Six years old. He's in middle school, so let's say 13. So his daddy has passed for 7 years, or 6 years. Laura, why are you making me cry at the beginning? This is like a Disney movie. This is like Shooting Bambi's mom. This is like Finding Nemo, where Nemo's mom and all his brothers and sisters get axed at the start. You need to.
Was Luca's closest friend. He possessed many fine qualities, but subtlety was not one of them. Rollo finally noticed the tears welling in his friend's eyes and the flowers on the grave.
Hey, if it's fake and still good and cheap, I'm for it. I ended up getting off-brand King Hawaiian sweet rolls because I grabbed what was cheaper at the supermarket. They're still sweet rolls. They still taste good. I don't hate it. Oh, come on. He's a full orphan. He lost his mom too. Wait, no? Okay, different kind of gone. The voice mechanic on this for the bubbles and the beep 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 reminds me of Graveyard Keeper, but much nicer and sweeter and less sarcastic. I'm out of bacon and I still haven't seen a piggy. I walked through the dandelions. Got a cute little sneezy allergy thing. So what's a tickle? Is it just a badge?
Wonderful. I had a good feeling about you from the moment you opened my book. That charm is a very special thing. Very special indeed.
Is it made him sneeze?
Keep hold of it for now. Its purpose will reveal itself soon enough.
Am I gonna use my tickle power to make other people happy? Oh, I don't get another turn. Let's do what all the adults hate when kids blow dandelions on their lawn. Are they coming back? I think so. So it's not about getting rid of all of them. They're coming back. So cute. I love it. You lived the life of a baby, Odin. Eat, sleep, poop. It's not a bad life. Wait, are you stopping in Georgia before you go to Rotterdam? I didn't see Jigo stream last night, so I figured maybe he's getting ready for his trip. I lost track of time being away, so I wasn't sure when he was setting off. Well, please take care of him when you go out there. I'm concerned for him. Make sure he doesn't get too tired or too overstressed.
Rollo looked to the side suspiciously.
Okay, you are the one who wants to be put out of his misery, not Jigo. Yeah, they might decide to go to the club or something. Just what he wants. And dancing and partying all night. He's living with his gran, so he does have somebody looking out for him because a middle school kid by themselves would be questionable. I got against Grandma. But I tell Gran that we're going. Take it, this is my house. Oh, I have to check the thing. This is my to-do list of things to do.
Dear reader, forgive me for this interlude. Remember that charm you found in the dandelion patch? There are more of those special charms to discover throughout Beacon Pines. They've been known to reveal themselves to those who are willing. Some of them can be found in this very house.
Okay, so we're going to explore the house.
Lucan knew that if he left without telling Gran, it would be trouble.
I'm not leaving. Worry, I'm just asking where to go, lady.
Just some dusty knickknacks.
Oh, I thought that was a spoon. It's, I guess, a loop magnifying glass.
Since Gran had moved in, the house was more peaceful, more orderly,
And smelled like Granny.
and more covered in flowery fabric.
That's the other thing. Hey, why did grandmas get the bad rap of like being covered in flower fabrics? She made a duvet for the sofa or something. I have no problem keeping what's his face Rolo waiting. And look, I got another charm. That's a funny roll off.
Gran had already lit the fire.
And how I fall off the couch too. Literally.
She kept a warm house, as if by grandmotherly obligation.
Yes, because grannies are notoriously cold all the time.
One of his father's old stethoscopes.
His father was a doctor.
Luca had spent countless hours listening to anything and everything with it. Not for years, though.
Seems like we should take it with us. That's me. No.
Oh my, this is quite exciting. now certain that you are the one I've been waiting for all these years.
Accidentally walked out. I didn't mean to. I am not the one. Can't be the one. I'm not Nia.
You'll recall I was a bit coy regarding the use of charms earlier. Excuse me, I tend to have a flair for the dramatic. You are about to encounter your first turning point. There are certain times in this tale when everything hinges on a single word. Step forth, dear reader.
Can't I just go back into the house and finish reading?
On the other hand, I suppose there's no reason to rush things. Gran will be waiting when you return.
Don't rush me. Don't rush me.
An array of prepared meals crowded the refrigerator, each labeled with a day of the week.
Sounds a lot like Hal's meal preparing for Sunday.
A pair of dull scissors, a broken can opener, a mostly empty bottle of glue, and some loose string.
Yay! I found junk. My house. That's cute. I can turn on the faucet.
The only piece of furniture Gran had brought when she moved in was an old hutch.
Do people even still have these? The china hutches? To display all your fine porcelain china and never use it except for important events or special companies, so it never got used, maybe once a year, because you didn't want your kids to accidentally break it.
Luca paused at his parents' bedroom door. He just wasn't ready to go in yet. Gran had commandeered the upstairs closet when she moved in. Some things need shelter from a young boy's mischief, she said.
I resemble that remark. Some of us like to look through things, investigate.
Gran's bed was undisturbed. Luca didn't mind that she had a habit of falling asleep in front of the fireplace. It meant that he could read late into the night.
Wait, we were just at the fireplace and Gran wasn't there.
Luca tossed on his favorite old sweater. Even though it was the first day of summer, a chill still hung in the air. Gran's moving in meant that most of Luca's things had been crammed in the corner. Luca was somewhat annoyed by the situation.
I would be too. Funko Pops in it. I think this is all the house, and Gran still isn't visible. She's not by the fire. She's not upstairs. Oh, She was here. I missed her in the initial. Sorry, in the first time I came out here.
A sturdy old wheelbarrow. Young Luca would spend hours hiding in the bushes, waiting for a chance to jump out and startle his mother. She always enjoyed humoring him by feigning terror. A beginner's guide to gardening laid open on the bench.
Okay. Checklist item crossed off. We have told Gran where we're gonna be. Just like any normal middle school kid, you are outside all day until the street lights come on. Oh, gee, Gran, we're going somewhere to do stuff. Isn't that specific enough?
The less Gran knew, the better for everyone involved.
Okay, so this is the turning point. Are we gonna go ponder, hide, or chill? Wait, why isn't tickle an option? We could be running off to tickle things all day. Well, what do kids do? Well, we're not gonna tell her we're gonna have deep thoughts because we're 12. Hiding might make her worry that we're doing things we're not supposed to be doing. So probably the safest answer would be we're gonna go and be chill to not worry her in case things go awry.
We were just gonna go chill for the day. The best lies are built on truth.
I mean, he did put on his sweater, right? So it's a little chilly. You damn millennials or zillennials or whatever the generation is.
Easy.
I don't know why Rolo is wigged out by Grandma. She seems normal enough. Or maybe because she sees through his schemes and deception. People who are deceivers don't like people who see right through them.
Impressive. You've managed to navigate your first turning point without too much of a mess. That is the power of charms. A single word can change everything. I think it's time to introduce you to the Chronicle.
Oh no. Now the question becomes, do we get to use the same word over and over, or do we use up those charms and can never use that word again?
The Chronicle is a record of the decisions you've made. You can see the turning point, which has been revealed. At any time, you can use the Chronicle to go back and invoke different charms, creating new branches. Luckily for us, this is the one and only turning point where the charms won't dramatically alter fate.
Ravini, hello, sir. How are you doing? The one and only time. Okay. So we could have lied to Gran and have it not be like a big deal thing. I've been okay. Just came back a few days ago from a vacation in Hawaii with my good friend CU. He flew from Australia to meet me there. So it was a very nice vacation. We miss paradise and we want to go back. It was it was a good time to put most of the cares of, at least for me, work and family drama and other drama to the side. I'm sporting a rested look right now. That's code for you got a little sun, but not too much. Because as I was mentioning to Odin at the beginning, I'm fully covered at the beach with sun, hat, umbrella, glasses, and very little skin exposed.
It's the perfect opportunity to experiment with rewriting things.
Have you been doing any more GeoGuessr? I saw there were new things. I know Food Guesser is a thing now. And there's one that's questionable to me. I think it's someone called it Race Guesser, which sorry, it's called Ethno Guesser. That's the proper name. Oh, which seems completely wrong, but I guess it's a real game. Hmm. Okay, I don't want to change this outcome, so I think I'm okay leaving it where it is. But just for the sake of let's try something, let's use a different word since it won't affect anything.
We were just gonna go ponder for the day. This was Luca's chance to sell his alibi. Nailed it.
Yeah, nailed it. They have gamified it like most things. I'm sorry that it's changed in ways that you're not happy with. I should know with the Duolingo, it's not about learning language, it's about making points and competing and being in leagues and nudging your friends to do their stuff and compete challenges. It's moved on from me just doing one lesson a day and not caring at all. So it's a chore. Make sure you don't overburden yourself with a preponderance of pondering. The alliteration is flawless. Grant, do not use big letter words for this kid. Don't think too hard, kid. Chore-like game dailies? Are you being sarcastic about other things that are chore-like game dailies that we play? But yeah, I rush at the beginning of the month to get my badge, and then after that I only do like single lessons a day, but then when every week you have challenges with other friends on Duo, it makes you feel guilty about not contributing, so you do more just to keep up with the challenge, or you resent the other person who doesn't contribute at all and forces you to complete the whole challenge by yourself. So yeah, it's less fun. Off with us to go meet Rolo. It is a fun routine. I do it when I go to sleep. I prepare my mind for learning new things. Um, but when I run out of time, like I have to do it within 24 hours. Otherwise, I lose my streak if I don't do it for that day, so I can have learned every single day. Um it kind of rushes you into, oh hey, I didn't have time to do this. So I'm doing it as a task and more than just doing it for the sake of learning. How does she know? It's like she knows we're gonna go get into trouble. Okay, so this is the epitome of what not to say to children. Do not tell them not to do something because it's reverse psychology. That is exactly what they will do. So I have added this to our checklist. Get in trouble with Rolo. Can we sit on a wood fence and ponder and chill things? So if I'd done that out here instead of sitting on the chair in front of the fire, I probably would still have gotten my ponder charm. This would be me, people watching.
For a town that saw few visitors, the welcome was perhaps more grand than necessary. The road leading to Beacon Pines was long and a sort of natural barrier for the impatient. Chapter 2. Welcome to Beacon Pines. For many years, this valley had been a small mining outpost. It wasn't until Sharper Valentine built his fertilizer company that Beacon Pines was established. Over the next 30 years, the town had grown and prospered. Until the foul harvest, and in the 6 years since, everyone was simply trying to get by. Augustus Valentine was not busy. Flustered, Gus instinctively loosened his tie.
Oh, that was him being busy, just going to talk to the dude hanging the festival sign.
William Kerr was the CEO of Perennial Harvest Company. He had become a fixture around town over the past few years. After the failing of Valentine fertilizer, the town was hungry to welcome a new source of employment.
This dude looks like one of the hyenas from The Lion King. Such language. You're gosh dang right it is. I could just stand and lean and be cool and ponder whenever I feel like it. But I want to go to there. I have to remind myself this is not Sunhaven. I am not rooting through the garbage cans for hidden treasures. Mr. Van Horn. Sounds fancy. Mr. Van Horn was my dad, who isn't here. Thanks for bringing up such a painful reminder.
He pulled a pen from the pocket of his sweater vest and began to frantically jot something down on a clipboard.
So much enthusiasm from a, what is it? Perennial Harvest Company. He's writing a lot of notes. It's like going to a psychiatrist and them writing everything you say down.
Pete stopped scribbling and glanced up from the clipboard.
Okay, see, this is what Gran is worried about. These hoodlums just, being up to no good, pickpockets and thieves. We won't be king of pennies because they're getting rid of our pennies. I'm guessing this is the he that they want to lift his wallet from.
Mr. Sinclair continued snoring and lifted one eyelid just enough to see who it was. A tactic he often used to avoid undesirable conversation.
That's right, Mr. Sinclair. Stand up for your rights to nap and have the view you want. Okay, so the way to the secret path is the one that's marked with his sign. We're going to the pond. It's the line playing any today. Or the fish biting? Are the fish singing? An empty chair makes for a great listener. This reminds me of that video of Clint Eastwood talking to a chair.
Whenever Luca saw his dad's chair by the pond, it reminded him of the days they'd pack up a couple of sandwiches and fish until sundown. Luca opened the tackle box and picked the perfect bait.
Oh, don't make me put a worm on the hook. Don't make me put a worm on the hook.
Luca tied a shoestring to the hook. What fish could resist a nice shoestring?
It looks like a hanging worm, right? Oh no, is it gonna be like the Stardew mechanic?
Luca tied a shoestring to the hook. What fish could resist a nice shoestring? Luca tied a shoestring to the hook. What fish could resist a nice shoestring?
I got an old boot. This is just like fishing in the game. Let's see if we can reel something else in. Wait. What if we try tickle?
Luca gently baited a feather onto the hook. Good for skimming the surface.
Interesting. The rubber ducky. Apparently, it's my old rubber ducky.
Luca tied a shoestring. What fish could resist a nice...
Okay, so it's just the same old boot. And if I go for the tickle,
Luca gently baited a feather on... Good for skimming the surface.
I'm gonna get the ducky again. I guess a feather would work like the flies that they buy. Okay, that's the only two. Just the boot and the ducky. Right, and we're off to continue our adventure. Where there's a sign of a Angie-looking monster. Or this is... Oh, this is where we go. Let me Rolo, mission control. Authorized personnel only. This is the equivalent of the kids keep out. No girls allowed. And they have a tree house.
The boys had a good thing going. As long as they kept old Jeff happy, they had an endless source of precious materials to add to the treehouse. After Luca's father had passed, Rollo became obsessed with them building their own Hank atomic star scraper. It was some time before Luca realized it was Rollo's way of keeping him occupied.
Oh, he's not just an obnoxious friend after all. He's looking out for his friend who is grieving. Nothing like keeping busy to avoid your grief.
On certain nights, when the clouds were just right, the boys could tune into strange patterns of static. Rollo thinks it's aliens.
It's aliens.
He always thinks it's aliens.
Who's to say he's not correct?
Luca's winter coat decommissioned for the summer. With the cold holding out longer than usual, he reconsidered its usefulness.
The glowing with alien glow. Foul harvest. Are we going to get a flashback? What that foul harvest is? Okay, this kid does not seem the kind to do research at a library. He seems the kind to go in and snoop. So I am surprised he's backing down. Because honestly, if you're a kid and it's summer, do you want to be stuck at the library all day researching an old abandoned warehouse? I mean, you're talking to someone who spent all her summer at a library because I was a latchkey kid and I wasn't allowed to be home by myself. So I have no problem being at the library all summer. But normal kids want to spend it outside. Investigating. Ooh, he's calling him chicken. Probably very inappropriate to call a fox a chicken. There might be some racial undertones there. Remember that time that I sort of accidentally burned down the chicken coop? I did not know that. It's a foxy chicken. He's a foxy chicken. I did not know that you worked at a library. I adore libraries. I lived in them as a kid, and even in high school, I would go and have my lunch at the library and sort of socializing with my friends, because it was just pleasant to be there. Even in college and law school, I enjoyed being at the library and just doing my own thing. And the librarians were always very nice and would answer my questions. And didn't quite learn coding that early, but a friend, when I was in 5th or 6th grade, would play at one of the computers that they had at the library. And we would play Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, because he knew how to operate the thing. And when I would show up, he'd just be there like typing, and he'd have a book of how to code tic-tac-toe. So that's what he spent most of his time doing at the library, because he didn't, he wasn't going to check out the book or something. But the first time I learned, this entire big thick book on a floppy disk. I don't know how long it took him. It took him quite a while to finally put all that and then be able to play tic-tac-toe on the floppy disk. You know how to code tic-tac-toe? Oh my god, we could totally play tic-tac-toe. Do you have a floppy disk so we could code on it? I think I spent that very first summer in the library reading the entire series of books by Walter Farley of the Black Stallion. I think I've read all 24, and if I didn't, it was only because the library didn't have all of them. Oh, he saved his friend from getting in trouble for accidentally on purpose burning down the chicken coop. Oh, I see. So, because you saved my skin, because you saved my bacon, I'm gonna go into the scary abandoned warehouse and follow you into the dark, where there are glowing lights. This is bro code. I've got your back. Well, it sounds exciting, but not quite when he puts it like that. It's like, what is it? Nancy Drew, or what's the boys series? The investigative detective brothers. That's what they're gonna do their summer with. Let's go. The Hardy Boys. Thank you, the Hardy Boys. It was Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys. Or God, what else was I supposed to read when I was that age? The Babysitter's Club. Our teacher actually read a Sweet Valley High during our post-lunch meditation hour. Although he would read it sarcastically to make us laugh, because the boys would not want to obviously read Sweet Valley High books, but he made it fun. He did jump out of the treehouse very fast, but I think it was a little bit much for him. Surprised he was so excited and raring to go.
Luca could see the morning regulars nestled in their booths at the early bean.
We're not going to tell her we have secret plans. That defeat the purpose of their secret plans being secret. But we are going to do some investigative work and ask the locals. Aren't young boys supposed to get dirty? Is he gonna complain about this girl reading on her summer break? The early bird gets the proper education required for a successful and fulfilling career later in life. He doesn't seem convinced. Okay. I hated reading in school. I'm an avid reader, but I hated reading in school. If it was assigned or mandatory work, I did not enjoy reading and I couldn't get myself to read it fast enough. But when it came to personal time, weekends, summer, like I said, I spent most of my summer reading course books in the library. I would go through them so quickly. And when I left 6th grade to go to junior high, nerd me needed to finish the math book that we hadn't finished. So I don't remember if my teacher gave me the rest of the math assignments or I got them photocopied. But I took the rest of the math assignments and did them over the summer because we were a little behind on math. And when I was going into my junior high, they were going to put us in a different math level class. But I didn't want to be behind and I wanted to learn how to do fractions. So I taught myself how to do fractions after my 6th year in the summer. Because that's what nerds do. Their free time.
Miss Hatch could often be found near the fountain, too absorbed in a book to be distracted.
The two wandered down the wooded path, unaware of the danger ahead. That does not at all seem ominous to what is about to happen to our kids.
Holden Wilder ran the local paper of record.
The Beacon Beacon.
The Beacon Beacon.
It's changed because we changed our sweater. Get it? Oh, this looks to be Rollo's mother. She looks like an Angie Foxy. Or big sister?
Oh, right. Rendezvous with Roxy. This is an important turning point. The first time where your charms will change the course of fate.
Oh no.
And currently, we only have one suitable charm at our disposal. Have no fear, we can always return later using the Chronicle once we find more charms. Well, now I'm just rambling. Where were we?
Okay, so it is the older sister. We're lying. He's ruining our lie. Always check before you say something. And checked off, but not for the reasons we wanted to get in trouble. No, that's what I do, except I don't stand, I sit. And I'm useless. You sit around and stand up and are very productive because I can't keep you still. In fact, right now, you're supposed to be sitting and being productive. So, click, click, click. I take offense to that. Sometimes the baby carrots are worth it. I don't know what it is that's different between regular size carrots and baby carrots, but baby carrots just taste better because they're smaller.
Rolo froze as Roxy took a step toward him, cracking her knuckles. Luca knew he had one chance to save his friend from being dragged home.
I can't believe you said that. And privately, I have a story to say about that, but I won't say it on stream. That's a bonk. No, it's not. Although he might have something to say on the subject, but no. Alright, so I guess the only thing we can do is to be chill. Be cool, honey bunny. Be chill, baby dear.
In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little chill.
Oh, so we're supposed to go investigate on our own. Okay. He's a squirrel. Preemptive, shutting it down. Nope, I'm not going with you to get into trouble anywhere. Things. Up at dawn newsstand, and she's sleeping. She's a bat. Oh my god, she's the cutest little bat ever. Oh, but bats are nocturnal. She should not be running a newsstand in the morning.
Dawn had dreams of becoming a big-time reporter. At night, she searched for the story that could be her big break. By day, she hawked papers at the newsstand.
Get it? She's keeping her ears up because they're perked.
A bit much, if you ask me.
Oh, this seems like a
Lucan knew that if he gave up now, he'd never hear the end of it from Rollo.
bad part of town. Well, I'm not giving up. I explored the other avenue.
Jeff's hardware closed down about a year ago. The effects of the foul harvest stretched wide. When there are no crops in the field, tractors don't need fixing.
Hoes don't need hoeing. Hammers don't need hammering. Oh no, my favorite place is not open yet. Come on, libraries should be open early in the summer. Specialty food, we're supposed to come and do some research here. Ooh. Grandma is making preserves. That's how we're gonna make our monies. But if there's no good harvests and fruits of whatever preserve is being made aren't plentiful, maybe we can't get more in stock. Grandma's name is Juniper. That's a name. Oh, someone is sweet on Grandma.
A promise Gran regretted the second it was made.
And a bit creepy. Okay, okay, we get it, dude. You're like grandma. Oh boy.
The phone booth was brand new, part of Perennial Harvest's Beacon Pines Reborn initiative. It didn't see much use.
Who are you gonna call? Yes, Buster. Don't step on any bugs.
Luca peeked up at the beehive. It appeared to be deserted.
Do we go on this path? Or do we go in the woods and sing about the music?
The path led into a small hollow at the edge of Weepwood.
I guess this is it. Can I turn back though?
The fence thrummed with a gentle electric buzz. Luca often asked himself what Rollo would do, so that he could rule out that option.
I was gonna say, like, don't do what Rollo did. Do we want to get electrified? No. Wait. That food.
As sparks flew from the fence, the light atop that section shut off.
Oh.
2 bulbs remained.
Okay, so let's grab things and throw it. Okay, I need to have a better aim.
One more to go. The fence's buzzing gave way to silence. Every kid in town knew the old Valentine fertilizer building. Long abandoned, the warehouse once served as the industrial heart of Beacon Pines. Now, it stood only as a reminder of things left behind. The dormant building showed strange signs of life. There was only one way to find out.
Okay, this doesn't at all remind me of us going into the strange lab and strange town in Sims. And I should expect to find a weird plant outside, right? I don't have my gas mask for those toxic fumes that I'm going to encounter.
The hose emitted a subtle sound. It was actively draining some kind of liquid.
Fertilizer. These are really weird looking trees. Like droopy, floppy things. I'm not scared of an empty warehouse with weird things happening. Ugh, I don't like horror movies. Why am I doing this? Oh good, it's locked. Phew.
Luca thought he heard faint sounds coming from the other side of the door. He pressed his ear against the cold metal to hear better. The sound of footsteps grew louder.
Oh my gosh, this is the person from Monsters Inc., right? Yeah, Stephen King is horror and I love Stephen King. Stop it. I read Pet Cemetery under the covers when I was 11 at 3 o'clock in the morning. Scared the bejesus out of me. We learned a bad word in the game. I thought this was gonna be PG.
The heavy steel door knocked Luca to the ground. Disoriented, he looked up to see an imposing figure silhouetted in a green glow. It lunged toward him. He tried to scramble away, but felt a gloved hand latch onto his ankle. Luca watched his fingernails leave trails in the dirt as the hand slowly dragged him back through the door, into the lab, into the green light.
We're being kidnapped.
This is a story about change. It was far from the sort of change Luca imagined for himself. But change is, after all, a dangerous animal. The end? I probably should have warned you about this.
You think?
There are many paths that our story can take. Most will end in tragedy. But don't let that discourage you. We will find the ending that this story deserves. I just know it. From here on out, a charm will have a check mark when it's been used to its full potential at a given turning point. Now, let's try something different. This is a story about change. It was far from the sort of change Luca imagined for himself. But change is, after all, a dangerous animal. The end? I probably should have warned you about this. There are many paths that our story can take. Most will end in tragedy. But don't let that discourage you. We will find the ending that this story deserves. From here on out, a charm will have a check mark when it's been used to its full potential at a given turning point. Now, let's try something different.
Oh, let's go. Well, this one doesn't matter, so I guess the only one. Oh, we're gonna use Odin's favorite word. Worth. We're gonna sass off to Roxy, aren't we?
In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little shit.
Wow, we resorted to violence. At this time, I'm not going to go directly to the warehouse. I will go on to other things.
Solomon Valentine, current ward of and future successor to the Valentine fortune, huffed as he brushed off his pants.
Just trying to make ends meet by making jam. Don't they ever?
Solomon trifled a gesture toward the approaching heiress Valentine.
Trolls are for commoners. Wow. It does seem a little stuck up. We're going to avoid the creeper who's creeping on Grandma. Oh, no. Good. Thank you for sparing us that. No, I don't want to go there. I've fallen and I can't get up. He's totally got it. Touching the electrified fence is bad. For anybody who didn't know, kids do not try this at home. I'll supervise from a safe distance. In case you get crispy. Can we leave? Yeah, I know there's a way to cut the power, but I don't want to. I guess I'm gonna have to. Darn it. Well, poop. Like I've done this before.
As the glowing windows of the old warehouse came into view, Rollo began to bounce excitedly.
Okay, so we hear a noise this time because we got here faster because we didn't have to deal with Roxy. So I'm thinking if we go in, the two of us, it'll just be the two of us that get, kidnapped. But maybe if we're here earlier, we can look at things before the suspicious person walks up. He would look in the smelly dumpster. He was right. I guess foxes would be known for sniffing around. It would be my honor to throw you in the trash. Did that with some joy. There's a squishy bag of squish. That says so much, and you hear a little of the sound when they reference it. You can feel the tactile nature just by the noise. Walkie-talkies? Who would throw walkie-talkies in the trash? It's getting a little stuffy or stinky. Requesting assistance for evac. Okay, now the dude comes up and it's gonna catch them. So I think they will have time to run away. Or, oh no, I think she's gonna pull him into the trash bin. Oh boy. Well, it's better to hide and be stinky than be caught. Oh. Is that a body bag?
The boy sat petrified under the weight of the bag. Rollo felt around at the large sack which burdened them. He snapped off a tag from just within a small zipper opening in the bag.
Is it a toe tag?
Rollo held the badge up to a faint shaft of light within the dumpster.
the one name tag inside of a bag of something else. Oh, Rolo. You're cute, but you're dense. I'm not panicking. You're panicking. The, the scary, tense noise doesn't help to lower the blood flow. The blood pressure is high. He's in his hand. Oh, that's not your hand. Oh. Oh no. Someone's touching a creepy dead hand. That's probably in rigor, and that's why it's squeezing. Unless he's not dead yet. Oh, oh, oh. This is not at all PG. This is very scary. Okay, so he's gonna pull the flaming chicken coop all the time. That's his ace card. Oh, to 100. If you hear me yell, run. If you don't hear me yell, run. So, run.
Lucas sat in the dark, tracking the sound of Rollo's footsteps as he ran. 1, 2, 3. He pressed his ear to the dumpster wall, straining to hear Rollo's footsteps as they faded away. 15, 16, 17. He tried not to think about the contents of the dumpster as he counted. 35, 36, 37. The thick stench made it hard to breathe. Screw it, that's long enough. Luca carefully lifted the lid and peered out. Nothing. No sign of Rollo. No sign of the man in the yellow suit. Time to haul ass. Luca clambered from the dumpster, stumbling to his knees. He was up like a shot and running, sprinting toward home as fast as he could. Beacon Pines flew by, blurred by the tears that welled up in his eyes. He wouldn't remember getting home at all that night. Throwing his front door open, storming up the stairs to his room, and surrendering to sleep almost as abruptly as he hit his pillow.
Wait, you didn't shower after coming out of the dumpster?
Chapter 3.
I think Grandma might have something to say about that.
Finding a friend. The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
Oh boy, Grandma knows.
Gran's brow furrowed. She let out a long sigh. Her voice was quiet and even.
Okay, we've established that you don't tell kids not to do something because it is exactly what they will do. So I don't think we're going to stay in the house all day. Minute. I did not open the icebox yesterday, did I? Has someone been in the house? Is there something in the icebox meant to scare us? Leave it open.
A faint electronic sound floated in the air.
Oh, wait, is it the walkie-talkies?
Luca glanced at the now silent walkie-talkie. He wasn't sure what to think.
Strange walkie-talkie noises and knocks on my door. Oh, this is too much stress. Would you quit knocking? Oh, she's gonna be mad that I kicked her in the shins. Accidentally kicking you on purpose so we could make our getaway. This is so stressful. I need to eat some lihing moya mango. Oh no. Maybe he got caught in the woods.
A pit formed in Luca's stomach. Luca's mouth felt dry.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to go to the library.
Luca could feel his heart beating in his throat.
if he had the walkie-talkie with him, he ran away with the walkie-talkie, and we heard sounds from the walkie-talkie. Maybe he's trying to make noises without giving away that he's making noises. Do not wait for clipboard, dude. Hey, in some places, good intentions may qualify as legal tender among friends. This is what a good big sister does. It looks out for you even when you're a little snot. Oh no, they're gonna get in trouble going to Wheatwood. Yes, get paid while you work to do things that are not work related. Isn't that what we all do? I look forward to returning tomorrow to be on the clock, watching TV and watching Twitch. Okay, everything she's reading from her book sounds like what's happening. You mean I don't see the danger I'm in? Oh, but she might get abducted too if she's snooping around.
Oh, the cobs I've eaten. A salad-centric travel guide for the mildly adventurous.
Cobb salads everywhere you go. You don't make friends with salad unless you're Lexus. Why yuck? Don't say yuck, it's salad. Rude.
Sally Seashore's simple succulent sundries.
Say that 3 times fast. Sally Seashore Simple Succulent Sundries. Sally Seashore Simple Succulent Sundries. Twice is enough.
Luca brushed off a smudge of dust. Or maybe it was flour.
Succulent Sundries. Oh, I was thinking succulents like cactus. But I guess it's succulent delights of cooking or baking.
30 recipes so easy you'll doubt it's even edible.
It might not be. That is a good word. Succulent.
A peek behind the curtain. The methods and ruminations of Patrick C. Montesquieu, one of the greatest acting minds of our time. By Patrick C. Montesquieu.
Okay. They're self-indulgent, pompous blowhard.
There were rarely any actual new additions. Simply a variety of existing content rotated into the front display each week.
This is awesome. I like this library. It keeps comic books in stock for kids to read. Or maybe it's action books, not necessarily comics, but I'd like to think it's comics.
The bottom corner shelf was a dusty array of thick science books. Only one binding was clean enough to read: Cellular Biology and the Chemistry of Mitosis.
Riveting stuff. Hey, science is not boring.
Mycological phosphorescence.
That means glowing mushrooms. Which reminds me, I need to catch up. I have 2 Last of Us to watch, Halbert. I still haven't watched the one from last Sunday and then this Sunday. Don't tell me anything. I want to be surprised.
The entire top level of the library was devoted to comics, most of which were Hank Atomic and the myriad of lesser revered spin-offs.
I'm a nerd. I got the poke around the library achievement.
Kato volunteered at the library during the summers.
I think this is Halbert doing his work study at the library.
He wasn't very social, so he'd dedicate each summer to becoming an expert in a single subject, making him a reliable source of very particular knowledge.
He has a particular set of skills just for situations like this.
If you were to ask Kato something he didn't know, he'd escape into the dusty old bookshelves and return with just the right thing. Kato was lost in his reading. Luca crooked his neck to see the title, Introduction to Melitology.
He's a cute little penguin. Oh my god, that's adorable.
He gestured to the shelves.
These are definitely very cool. Looking up the term. What is melitology? Why is that word not? Oh, that's why it's bees. Melitology is a branch of entomology concerning the scientific study of bees. Did not. That was the term for it. Melitology. And for those of you unfamiliar, entomology is the study of insects. So, ecology is the specific branch. This is why I didn't know it. It can also be called apiology, which I do know, or apicology. I'm learning things. This is cool. If I see him, you'll be the first to know. Get it? Right. He's not in the library.
Beck's family moved often.
Oh, that's the kid of the lady that was in the courtyard by the fountain that they just moved.
Giving her little time to establish any real connections. She would tell you she prefers it that way.
Is he missing, or is he like missing?
Luca shifted his feet uncomfortably.
We could have, asked this new person to come with you. They seem interested.
Beck pulled a coin from her pocket.
Coin toss as to whether she goes. Nice. The unlucky penny. Like all the pennies that would be taken out of commission coming soon. get her kidnapped either. Okay, this time I'm not gonna go into the woods. I'm gonna go to the right. I'm no beetologist. Okay, so now it makes sense why he went to the beehive and there weren't there.
After the foul harvest destroyed their wealth and reputation, the Valentines shuttered off their estate from the rest of town. The Valentine mansion loomed over every other building in town, both figuratively and literally.
Okay, so I didn't miss anything. There wasn't an avenue to take to find things, just learn more things. Yes, we're going into woods. Into the woods we go. They patched the thing, so now we can't get in there. Oh, and you can see the droopy trees that look like weird trees. But the what do you call it? The electric fence is down. We can't get in that way. Can't grow things.
Dipped a broken tree branch into the goo. Beck's eyes widened as flowers grew from the dead wood.
Oh shit. Is my internet going? I think there was a tiny little lapse. Looks like we're still good. Okay. Okay, so if flowers grew on the stick, and everybody's had a bad harvest, a foul harvest, things are not growing. Maybe this is what they're working on to get things to grow better, or they're stealing the nutrients from the ground and putting it into this oozy green chemical, and then they're gonna turn around and say, hey, you can't get things to grow, why not buy our green oozy chemical to fertilize and grow things? Wow. It's certainly the Valentines. I think it's them.
First small buds, which quickly bloomed into vibrant petals. As quickly as they had grown, the flowers began to shrivel and turn gray.
Oh, maybe not.
Beck dropped the stick with a grunt of disgust.
Okay, so it's a temporary fix. Oh, maybe this is what they did. This is why the ground is not working. Oh, good, it's the bullies. Fish doesn't say much. I think Tish is just the muscle. This kid is, you know, poking in the wound.
Iggy took a step towards Luca, his sneer lit by the glowing puddle.
I think there might be some violence ahead.
Beck could see tears welling in Luca's eyes, his fists clenched. Some things about Beacon Pines were very different from the city, but a bully from a hayseed town is really no different from a city bully. Beck took a deep breath and thought.
Well, we're not gonna tickle a bully, so we're gonna get strange on the bully.
Well, time to bust out the strange. Beck stared in silence, the only sign of life being the twitch of an eye.
You're being strange by not saying anything. When you don't say anything, it unnerves people.
At the sight of Iggy taunting Beck, something in Luca snapped. Iggy's smirk shifted to a look of shock as Luca launched himself into his stomach.
Horns first.
Iggy's clothes were drenched in the glowing ooze. Iggy's voice began to slur as he struggled to get up.
We just pushed a kid into toxic goo. Did we kill him? Am I going to jail? Oh no. This is yup. Well, maybe if the bully complains, something will be done about this toxic environmental spill.
The person at the warehouse. This strange ooze and what it did to Iggy. Was Rollo caught up in all of this?
So we came down. Yeah. Maybe around the back. No. So we have to go the same way that the kid went. He seems suspicious. This is the perennial harvest dude. And he is walking around randomly in the woods where the old decommissioned fertilizer warehouse is. He's safe and sound. I don't believe him one bit. Uh-oh. I wasn't supposed to leave the house.
Beck glanced toward Luca. Rolo was safe. A wave of relief washed over Luca, which was quickly replaced by a sense of dread. Gran is going to kill me.
Oh, you bet she is. She said, under no circumstances leave the house. What do? I leave the house.
If he hurried, he might just make it home before sundown. Chapter 4. Our harvest awaits. Luca took a deep breath and gingerly opened the door, steeling himself for Gran's wrath.
This is the worst. I've been on the receiving end of opening doors and waiting to get yelled at. But what is worse than getting yelled at is silence. And if this grandma is anything like most good parents, it's what they don't say that scolds a lot more than a scolding. Yep. Oh, break. Okay.
Albert's
good
Milk
time.
just redeemed dojo.
Good time for me to get up and get some water. So I will take that as my oh break too. Thank you.
Solo 91 just redeemed posture check. Solo 91 just redeemed hydrate.
Wow, so I leave and you start redeeming all the things. Okay, well, I'm checking my posture now. And I did go get water, so now I have some liquid with which to hydrate my throat from all the talking. And in the midst of my Oho break, my eyes glanced at the box of Tim Tams that CU brought me from Australia. So I did go grab the Tim Tams. So many things were done on this very productive break. So thank you for redeeming all those things. Although we did open, he brought me regular Tim Tams and caramel Tim Tams, but we did open them when we were in Hawaii. So I only brought back one of the boxes of cookies. That I will savor these slowly to make them last longer. Okay, hydration. All right, now we can move on to get yelled at by Grandma. Oh no, it's the dreaded silence. Maybe that smarmy dude lied and Grandma wasn't at home waiting for me. Not in the garden.
Luca was alone. The house was empty.
Okay, that
Luca
dude
was sitting by
definitely
the
lied to
pond,
us.
listening to small waves lap against a rock. His father sat in a folding chair in front of him. Without turning, he spoke. "Why don't you grab me some nice bait?" "Sure thing, Dad." Luca hopped over to the tackle box and popped open the lid. Inside was a rolling, buzzing mass. "We're fishing with bees?" Luca's father gave a warm chuckle. "Well, you catch more fish with bees than honey. Pick us out a good one." Luca closed his eyes and plucked out a bee. He could feel its wings struggle between his finger and thumb. Holding it at arm's length, he hurried over. His father deftly baited the hook and examined his work. "Interesting choice." With a practiced flick of the wrist, the line buzzed in a graceful arc. The water accepted it without a splash or ripple. "The wrong choice, but I respect it." The pond began to freeze over. "Sometimes we gotta make the wrong choice before we can make it right." Pallid ice propagated across the still surface with an alarming speed. Luca scrambled back as the ground beneath him turned cold. "Dad, I don't understand." "Sorry, kiddo. Understanding isn't always part of the deal." The relentless ice shot through the fishing line toward his father. "Dad, look out!" His father casually wound the reel. "None of it's your fault, you know. Never was." "Dad, we have to go." Luca grabbed his father's shoulders, trying to pull him away. please. You have to run. The ice crackled as it spread across his father's hands. That's the thing about fishing, Luca.
Hey, Militia. Welcome. Yeah, we're trying to solve a mystery of missing people.
His chest began to crystallize. You toss your hook in, and you never know what you're gonna pull out.
I saw you pop into Scruffy's yesterday to say hello.
A shock of searing cold ran up Luca's arms. He gave one last desperate tug. The chair tipped backwards in a single frozen mass. Luca tried to stop the momentum, but it was too late. He watched the icy form of his father slam into the hard ground, shattering into 1,000 pieces that crowded around his feet. Dad, I don't understand. What does all this mean? The gentle rustle of leaves was the only reply. Luca's eyes struggled to focus on the walkie-talkie. Faintly, he could hear Rollo amongst the noise. Rollo's voice was coming through more clearly now, but some words were still just static. The signal went silent. Luca held still, waiting for a response, his pounding heartbeat marking the passage of time. Lolo's voice began to fade. With that, the signal died for good. Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and sprinted to the treehouse.
Okay, the dude is definitely lying because Rollo did not make it home safe. Grandma was not looking for me, and I don't know what he did with Beck. So either Beck was also absconded with, or he's trying to keep nice to not raise suspicions with the new family in town. Either way, don't trust the lying adults. Especially the Warrens that look like smarmy
Luca heard
hyenas.
a group of footsteps approaching. He dashed behind the bushes to avoid being spotted.
Grandma!
Mr. Tolliver paused, shifting his eyes to one side.
Grandma is up to something and she's not sharing it.
Mr. Tolliver took one long, quiet breath.
They know what the dirty, sneaky Valentines are doing. Okay, so we're doing mission control with the kids, and the grown-ups have Operation Sparkplug going.
The three shared a determined look.
Like she knew we were hiding there. Is her cute little bat friend investigating for us and scaring the bejesus out of us. Okay, we've hooked up the walkie-talkie to the antenna in the treehouse. Mr. Care lied.
Luca could only see a cloaked shape behind the rocket. He strained to hear as a muffled voice began.
Oh no, I think this is Iggy. I think after he fell in the goo, he became a monster.
Fear gripped Luca's throat. Luca stared at the ground for a moment, trying to place the dampened voice. The figure shifted slowly from behind the rocket, revealing itself to Luca.
And he's wearing my coat. Oh, we're gonna have to team up with our bully.
Luca reached over empathetically. Iggy's tone jolted to dejected anger. Luca slumped to the ground, overwhelmed by guilt.
Well, I did push them into the radioactive goos, so yeah, it's my fault. Well, I think the person who might have been able to fix them is in pieces in that dumpster. There we go. Frollo. Oh. We went where we weren't supposed to go. Well, how are we supposed to know when the message cuts out exactly to make it sound like we should go to the treehouse? So maybe it's not the Valentines. Maybe it's the perennial harvest people. They probably got money in exchange for them using their old warehouse. As long as they said nothing. And that's why they refused to help Gran and Mr. Tolliver and Mrs. Fratelli. They're getting paid for their silence or their inaction. Yelling questions at me. Flipboards are here. Is anyone present in this arboreal domicile? What a complicated way of saying treehouse. 2 bits in a shape. They're zombies. I think the creepy knob was cranked to 11, not just 10. It goes to 11.
Iggy slumped to his knees. Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and headed for the window. Luca and Iggy climbed up the back of the treehouse to its roof, where Rollo had constructed his MCDC.
MCDC.
The Mission Control Defense Cannon.
Of course.
From behind the crowd of clipboards, William Kerr strode forward, a warm smile on his face.
It is not a warm smile, that is a smarmy smile.
Kerr's smile faltered. Luca's grip tightened on the MCDC. there's no hope?
Caught in a trap, can't go on because I love you too much, baby. Wait, no, it's not that kind of trap.
He wiped his cheeks with a sleeve. What are you gonna do, Luca?
Ooh, we're gonna fight.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Fight.
Well, we have a defense cannon on the hill. How could we not use it?
He swung the mission control defense cannon around, aiming it confidently at the smirking face of William Kerr. Luca summoned his most insolent demeanor.
Wait, what dropped out of the cannon? Okay, not for nothing, but just looking at this animation, they flipped the what do you call it, like the picture, the stencil, whatever that they drew this on, and they reversed his deformity, Iggy's deformity, to his left side instead of his right side. And I take issue when I see this in television or movies where they just flip the film to the other side and it looks like you're not gonna notice a difference, but you clearly do notice difference when things are driving or moving to the wrong side from where it was. So continuity, people. Small little quibble.
Kerr turned his back on the two boys. With a nonchalant wave of the hand, he made his exit. As the clipboards began to slowly advance on the treehouse, Luca looked to Iggy with resignation in his eyes. The end.
No. Are they gonna escape the treehouse? What's gonna happen?
That escalated quickly. Maybe discretion was the better part of valor here. Let's put a pin in this for now.
Okay, so that was not a good way to go. Where could we have gone? Well, maybe we do want to tickle our bully friend because we don't want them falling into the ooze. So let's try that. Let's bust out the tickle.
Well, time to bust out the tickles.
Of course, Tish wants to say something cool. Just gonna say yup to everything.
Beck lunged forward and began to tickle under Tish's arms. Tears began to form in Tish's eyes as she gasped for breath between gales of laughter. Beck redoubled her efforts until Tish finally had had enough. Iggy's eyes darted around, a realization dawning on his face that he was now outnumbered. Iggy kicked at the puddle before making his escape.
But now he's sprayed the back.
Beck shook the ooze out of her hair as best as she could.
She's got a cool little rogue strand now. But at least it's just on her little bang tuft and not something more important like her entire face.
Chapter 4.
Okay, at least no one got completely deformed.
The best policy.
Honesty?
Luca paused for a moment, catching his breath. He'd only just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess. Hopefully he could make it up to her. But finding Rollo was his primary concern.
Alright, we'll finish this chapter and do stream end after that.
Roxy and Fitz looked drained. It was clear they'd spent all day searching. Roxy's temper could often be dismissed as the impatience of an older sibling. But this was the most intense Luca had ever seen her. Her eyes were wild and unfocused, looking straight through Luca. In a torrent of rambled words and tears, Luca broke down.
Wow, way to summarize it. But at least he was honest. Just wow,
Roxy,
indeed.
still exhausted and angry, softened briefly as her eyes hunted the ground in thought. With a determined sigh, she looked up at Luca. Roxy drew herself up. Roxy tried to think of the safest place to send Luca.
The library. Oh no, but the treehouse is not going to be safe. Or maybe it's only unsafe because that's where Iggy ran to hide when they were chasing them.
Luca wiped his cheeks and gave a quick nod.
Lola has a very good big sister.
Looking into the puddle, Roxy rubbed her arms to warm up.
It's unseasonably cold. There are no beetles, no bugs, no bees. Something is amiss.
Mr. Nuncree jumped with a start. Luca motioned to the phone booth.
He's in on it. He's talking to strange people at the phone booth. And that's why they put a phone booth outside his drugstore so that they couldn't trace the calls back to him. What's that pounding? Is it all in my head? Oh, he's definitely in on it. He's been told to use misdirection. Yeah, good thing we're not gonna approve of him and Grandma getting together. Hey, John. You came at a very exciting moment. Is that what's his Ichiban? Yeah, from, was it Like a Dragon? You did. This was gifted to me by Salur for my birthday. I'm playing it, and it's a very riveting story. The choose your own adventure kind of thing. So I've already died twice. I wasn't sure if I should do the death count on that because it's questionable whether or not I died or was just taken and captured. So we've gone back a couple times to change our way. So I'm trying to figure out who's in on it. Don't tell him, Luca. He's not a trusty man, and he's crippling on your grandma.
Mr. Nuncreed gently placed one of his substantial hands on Luca's shoulder.
Yeah, that's true. I am getting additional words. So it's good for the experience to know like which paths cut off, and I'm learning like the words like you say, and it's kind of teaching me to have different perspectives. Like initially with the bully kid, we're like, no, it's gonna come to violence, but after what happens, and we're like, okay, well, we have to be gentler with the bully. Thank you. No, I appreciate that. Although I have the bad habit of guessing stories ahead of schedule. I'm just used to watching novelas with my mom, and some things are just so predictable that we're like a few steps ahead already seeing things, but it's fine.
Luca peered up at Mr. Nuncreed. Kind eyes warmed a stern face. There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all. It was subtle, but Luca could sense something eating away at him.
Guilt. That's what's eating away at him. Guilt. I don't know if it's considered doing the wrong things, but I'm trying to logic this out and go for the obvious path, and so far that seems like, well, maybe I should not be going for the obvious path.
in all games. Well, like you said, if you're going for 100% completion, and the Yakuza games especially, I know people want 100%. So I would be going down every avenue, every path to do something. I'm the queen of stopping to smell the roses and talk to the NPCs, even if other people want to zoom ahead. Exactly. I want to do everything before moving forward, and I'm trying to do that here, but sometimes it kind of puts you in a box where you have to move forward. If I go and venture and explore something, I'm like, oh, I can't go back. I have to move forward. So dying actually helps for me to go back and like look at different avenues. There's shame behind those eyes.
There was a shame lurking behind those eyes.
What did you do, Mr. Nuncreed?
A deep sadness. If Mr. Nuncreed was that worried about Rollo, maybe he could help.
Maybe he's ashamed because he had something to do with our mom going missing, and now that it's happened with Rollo, he's having a change of heart. Where's my mommy?
Mr. Nuncreed raised an eyebrow.
Oh my goodness. He's got the build. What if he was the dude in the yellow suit? Think. There was a dead body. Oh, this is a Stephen King story. This is the body all over again. So, Albert, we're back to Stephen King on this. Except I would be... No. Rollo would be Jerry O'Connell. I don't know who Luca would be. Would it be River Phoenix or Will Wheaton? Will Wheaton. I can't remember which one was the kid that was mostly driving things. Oh yeah, he's definitely in on it. And he's definitely the guy in the suit. Well, we'll talk when I finish it, because I will definitely keep playing this now.
Mr. Nuncreed's shoulders slumped.
Oh no, am I gonna die again?
A deep sigh bellowed from his chest. Luca attempted to take a step back, but Nuncreed's hand clamped down on his shoulder.
You did it. You did it. You made my mommy disappear. And my mommy found something. And that's why he did that. Could he have killed our dad too? My name is Luca Van Horn. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
With a firm shove, Nuncreed manhandled Luca into the phone booth. The door latched shut with a mechanical hiss.
Phone booth. It's like in Harry Potter where it goes underground, or Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure where it travels, or Doctor Who and it travels.
As Luca pounded the glass, the floor dropped from under his feet. The inside of the phone booth was now a loose capsule plummeting at gravity's whim. Luca winced and pressed his hands to the walls. As he braced for impact, the capsule hurried to a surprisingly smooth stop. He felt a cold rush of air and opened his eyes with hesitance. Two large figures in hazmat suits occluded his view. Luca heard the deep, resigned voice of Mr. Nuncreed over an intercom. He knows too much. The end.
I did it again.
Wait. No. This isn't the end. I know there's still much more. Somehow this went wrong. Okay, let's try something else.
Okay. I will leave the trying something else for next time and call end of stream here. It is very exciting. It is riveting. Oh my goodness, it is so good. It seems cute and fluffy on the outside, but this is this is something I know. I'm so sorry, but I've been going for 3 hours and my throat is starting to get to me a little bit. So I appreciate you stopping by, and I'm so glad that you've also played this, so we can talk about this because it's so good. I looked when I was setting up the category. I only saw 4 people watching this. I want to see if anybody else is playing this, and maybe you could rate them. Although it'd be kind of dangerous if I'm stepping into someone who has already been getting further ahead, especially when it's like story driven. It doesn't look like there is. Darn. Well, I guess I will just call it here. Yeah, no, like I said, there were 4 people watching before I went live. Okay, this is I always see this when it's like currently it's like Claire Obscure and other stories where people are like, okay, I'm gonna raid, but I'm not gonna watch because I don't want to see what happens. I totally get it. Thank you so much. This has been really fun. Thank you, Odin, for subscribing earlier. Thank you, Halbert and Salor, for giving me my breaks of hydration and posture and eye breaks. Thank you, John, for coming and saying hello. And so happy someone else is playing this, so we can talk about it. Okay, I will pause here, and we shall resume anon in the future. Does it automatically save? It didn't the first time. Okay, it did save. I think it didn't save the first time because I just got it going where the storybook started. But it says saved, so I will click resume next time I turn it on. Nope. Yes, hydrate and off to the red zone with me. And at least put it on the starting screen so it completely shuts down. I want to give you guys the blank. There we go. Yeah, it's really cute animation. I thought I saw a piggy. I wanted to be a pig, but what is it? It's Rolo as the fox, us as the deer, and that's Zach, right? Is she another fox or something? A different kind of fox. Oh yes, off to the rest zone. Thank you for saying that. I will go back to the rest zone. Is it cat? Yeah. Yes, I could see it. Although she'll be rogue going forward because she has like the white tuft of hair. Although if we go back to make different choices, she may not get that on her head. Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks again, Salur, for gifting me this. It's a wonderful, wonderful game. And I look forward to playing more of it. So until next time, I will catch all of you later. Enjoy the rest of your Monday holiday, um, or Tuesday because time zones and things. Bear, there you are. We were talking about you earlier. Did you just wake up? You did, right? It's it's the crack of 9 or 8 a.m. for you. Are you off to badminton? Although we had oh, you're not awake. You're sleep texting. I know all about that. I was gonna say do not go to badminton. We did a lot of aerobic exercise. There was so much floating, and that burned a lot of calories. So this past week we did all the aerobic exercise recommended by doctors. So you're welcome to a break. I need a break. Oh, and I'm having some Tim Tams after mom had her caramel one. I grabbed a caramel and a regular Tim Tam because the story was just too exciting. Like, no, I need some sustenance to keep going. Okay. I will do as Dr. Halbert says, and I will be off to the rest zone. And I will catch you guys later. Bye bye.